Her wrists bleed where the rope cuts. Smoke burns her throat raw. She gasps, chokes. Nothing comes but fire and ash. 7 months pregnant, belly exposed. Her baby kicks hard, frantic, drowning inside her terror. The velvet curtains explode into flames. Glass shatters. Shards slice her bare feet. She screams, but no one hears. Men laugh outside the door, gasoline dripping under the crack, pooling near her knees. The baby kicks again. Harder? Desperate. Her vision blurs. Heat blisters her skin. She can't breathe. Can't move. Can't save her child. Outside, her husband smashes through bone and steel, leaving bodies in his wake. But he's miles away. The flames are here, now, crawling up her legs. The baby's heartbeat thumps against her ribs, fierce, alive, begging her not to give up. Will she burn alive before he tears the city apart to reach her? Every second, the oxygen dies. Every second, her baby fights to survive inside a mother who might not make it out. Vesper Ray wasn't supposed to die tonight. She was supposed to be safe, tucked away in this hotel while her mafia husband, Caius Bellarosa, handled Chicago's bloodiest war in decades. But someone betrayed her. Someone she trusted. And now the velvet suite that promised protection has become her tomb. The ropes cutting her wrists aren't random. They're a message. The gasoline pooling at her knees is an accident. It's execution. Her baby, innocent and unnamed, will die before taking a first breath. Unless she fights. Unless he arrives. Unless love proves stronger than fire. The hotel groans. The ceiling cracks. Vesper tastes blood and smoke. This is where her story begins, and maybe where it ends. Thank you so much for sticking around and showing me so much love and support. You have no idea how much it means to me. Listen, if you're already hooked on today's story and you can't wait to hear what happens, and I know you can't wait because this one is wild, then do these 2 things right now. Like and subscribe so you catch tomorrow's equally amazing story. The rope cuts deeper with every breath. Vesper's wrists bleed hot and wet, dripping onto her swollen belly. 7 months full of life that might die tonight. She pulls against the restraints. They don't budge, only tighten, only slice. Smoke fills the room like poison fog. It burns her throat, fills her lungs with ash and death. She coughs, violent, choking, and vomits black bile onto her chest. The taste makes her gag again. Her bare feet press against broken glass. She tries to stand. The shards sink into her soles, cutting through skin, grinding against bone. Blood smears the velvet floor. The curtains explode. Fire climbs them like living creatures, hungry and fast. Heat slams into her face. She gasps, but there's no oxygen left, just smoke and burning, and the smell of gasoline soaking into expensive carpet. Outside the door, men laugh. Not chuckle. Not snicker. They laugh. Deep, satisfied, cruel. Like they're watching something entertaining. Like her death is a show. Please, she screams. Her voice cracks, shredded raw. Please, I'm pregnant. More laughter. Then liquid sound. Gasoline pouring under the door. It pools near her knees, spreading fast, reflecting flames in sick orange ripples. The fumes make her dizzy. She can taste it on her tongue. Her baby kicks. Hard. Frantic. Like she's trying to punch through Vesper's belly and escape the smoke herself. The kicks hurt. Sharp jabs against ribs, against bladder. Desperate movements that scream, "Mom, help me. I'm trying." Vesper whispers through tears. "Baby, I'm trying," but she can't move. Can't breathe. Can't think past the terror clawing through her chest. This suite was supposed to be safe. The penthouse level. Security everywhere. Caius said no one could touch her here. He promised. Where is he? Glass shatters. Another window blown out by heat. Shards rain down like knives. One slices her shoulder. Another her thigh. Blood runs warm down her leg, mixing with the gasoline pooling around her knees. The flames crawl closer. They lick the walls, devour the furniture, turn silk into ash in seconds. The heat blisters her exposed skin, arms, belly, face. She smells herself burning and wants to vomit again, but there's nothing left. Her vision blurs. Black spots dance across her eyes. She's suffocating. The baby kicks weaker now, less frantic, more tired. No, no, don't stop fighting. Stay with me, Vesper begs her daughter. Please, baby. Stay with me. The door handle turns. Vesper's heart stops. Breath catches in her ruined throat. The metal glows red hot from flames in the hallway, but someone's touching it anyway. Someone's coming. Is it rescue? Is Caius here? Did he break through the war zone outside to reach her? Or is it them, the men who laughed while pouring gasoline under the door, coming to watch her burn up close? A shadow fills the crack under the door. Tall, wide shoulders, no words. Just that shadow, growing larger as they press closer. Vesper holds her breath, what little breath exists in this smoke-choked hell. Her baby kicks once, twice. Violent spasms that feel like goodbye. The shadow stops moving. Then footsteps, walking away, fading into the roar of flames and collapsing walls. They're leaving her to die. Vesper screams. It tears her throat raw, but she doesn't care. She screams for her baby, for Caius, for anyone who might still be alive outside this burning cage. No one answers. Just fire. Just smoke. Just her daughter's weakening kicks inside a belly that might become her coffin. She trusted Isolde, her best friend, the only person besides Caius who knew about this safe house, this hotel, this exact room. Isolde convinced her to hide here while the war raged through Chicago's streets. Isolde said it was the one place Mordino's soldiers could never reach. But Mordino's men are outside that door right now, laughing, pouring gasoline, watching her die. Which means Isolde told them. Isolde gave them the room number, the security codes, the exact window of time when Caius would be miles away. Her best friend sold her. Sold her unborn daughter. For what? Money? Power? Revenge for some imagined slight? The rage hits harder than the smoke. Vesper pulls against the ropes with everything left in her bleeding body. The bindings cut deeper, but she doesn't stop. Can't stop. Her daughter's life depends on these ropes breaking. They don't break. The ceiling cracks above her, massive fracture spreading like lightning across plaster and wood. Chunks of burning debris fall. She twists, tries to dodge, but the ropes hold her in place. A burning beam crashes beside her head. Sparks shower across her face. Her baby kicks one more time, weak, desperate, begging her mother to save them both. Vesper tastes blood and ash and betrayal. This hotel suite, velvet curtains, silk sheets, crystal chandeliers now melting into glass rain, was supposed to protect her. Instead, it's her tomb. The baby's heartbeat thumps against her ribs. Still there, still fighting, still alive. For now, Vesper closes her burning eyes and prays Caius arrives before the oxygen dies completely. Before her daughter suffocates inside a mother who couldn't protect her, the flames crawl up her legs. She doesn't scream anymore, no air left for screaming, just silent tears mixing with soot and blood on her face. Outside, somewhere in Chicago's burning streets, her husband is tearing through bone and steel. But he's too far. And the fire is here, now. Everywhere. 48 hours earlier. You'll be safe here. Isolde's voice was honey and warmth, her hand gentle on Vesper's shoulder. Caius needs to focus on the war. He can't fight Mordino if he's worried about you. Vesper stood in the hotel suite. Velvet curtains, crystal chandeliers, thick carpet that swallowed footsteps. It looked like safety. Felt like it too. I don't like hiding, Vesper said. Her hand rested on her 7-month belly, feeling her daughter move inside. What if something happens? Nothing will happen. Isolde squeezed her shoulder. This hotel is off everyone's radar. Neutral territory. The owners owe Caius favors. No one from Mordino's crew even knows this place exists. They'd been friends for 23 years. Since childhood. Before Caius, before the Mafia, before everything turned violent and complicated. Isolde knew Vesper's secrets, her fears, her dreams. She'd held Vesper's hair back during morning sickness, helped pick out baby names. "Promise me," Vesper whispered. "I promise." Isolde smiled, that familiar smile Vesper had trusted her entire adult life. "You and that baby girl are going to be fine." Present. Vesper's fingers close around something small and cold near the gasoline can. She can barely see through smoke and tears, but she knows what it is before pulling it close. An earring, diamond stud, white gold, custom made with tiny engraved initials on the back, Ivor, Isolde Vex. The earring Vesper bought her for her 40th birthday. The one Isolde wore every single day because she said it reminded her of their friendship. It's lying here, next to the gasoline can, in the room where Vesper is dying. Understanding crashes through her like the flames crawling up the walls. Isolde didn't just know about this hotel. She didn't just suggest it. She planned this. Vesper screams, not from pain, from rage so pure it cuts through smoke and terror. She screams until her voice shatters completely, until blood coats her throat, until nothing comes out but raw animal sounds. 23 years of friendship, 23 years of trust, 23 years of secrets shared and promises made. All lies. Her baby kicks hard, angry kicks that mirror Vesper's rage. Good. Stay angry, little girl. Angry means alive. Vesper's vision swims. She's dying. Her daughter's dying. And the woman she loved like a sister is the reason why. She forces her burning eyes open, searching through smoke for anything, any way out. That's when she sees it, something taped under the bed frame. Small, rectangular, a phone. She stretches, rope cutting deeper into her bleeding wrists. Her fingertips brush plastic. Almost, she stretches more, feeling skin tear, feeling warmth pour down her arms. The phone falls into her palm. One message on the screen. Sender, S. Mordino. Her blood turns to ice. Salix Mordino, the enemy's son. The one Caius has been hunting for months. She opens the message with shaking, bloody fingers. "Your daughter dies with you." Isolde sends her regards. 12 minutes until collapse. A timer counts down beneath the words. 11:47. 11:46. 11:45. 12 minutes until the building implodes. Until explosives planted in the foundation bring this entire hotel down on top of her. Vesper's hands shake so hard she almost drops the phone. Tears pour down her soot-covered face. Her baby kicks weakly now, tired, suffocating, running out of time. Isolde sold her to Salix Mordino, not just told him where to find her, sold her. Made a deal, helped plan the execution. But why? What could Mordino offer that was worth betraying someone who loved you like family? The phone buzzes. Another message. She wanted your husband. Caius was supposed to be hers. You stole him. Now you pay. Vesper's breath catches. That's not true. Caius chose her. Fell in love with her years before Isolde ever expressed interest. There was nothing to steal, but Isolde believed it. Twisted 23 years of friendship into jealous poison. Watched Vesper fall in love, get married, get pregnant, and hated her for every moment of happiness. The betrayal cuts deeper than any rope. Deeper than smoke in her lungs or fire on her skin. Her best friend wanted her dead. Wanted her baby dead. All because Caius loved Vesper instead. The ceiling cracks louder. Massive chunks of burning plaster crash around her. One strikes her shoulder, crushing weight, searing pain. She collapses against the ropes, barely conscious. 10:23 on the timer. The phone slips from her bloody fingers. Her daughter kicks one more time, barely a flutter, like she's asking why her mother isn't saving her. "I'm sorry," Vesper whispers to her belly. "Baby girl, I'm so sorry." But sorry doesn't cut ropes. Sorry doesn't stop timers. Sorry doesn't bring back 23 years of friendship that turned into a death trap. The flames reach her legs. She smells her own flesh burning and realizes she's about to die here. In this hotel, in this trap, because she trusted the wrong person. Because her fatal flaw, trusting too easily, believing in people's goodness, became the weapon that killed her. 9:54 on the timer. Vesper closes her eyes. Smoke fills her lungs completely now. No oxygen left. Her baby's movements stop. Silence inside her belly. Terrifying silence. She can't tell if her daughter's dead or just conserving the last molecules of oxygen left in her tiny lungs. The hotel groans like a dying beast. And Vesper knows with absolute certainty, that Caius will never make it in time. Caius Bellarosa doesn't ask questions twice. He breaks fingers first. The soldier's screams echo through the warehouse. Concrete walls bouncing the sound back, amplifying the agony. Caius twists another finger backward until bone snaps like dried wood. Clean break. Efficient. Where is she? Not a question. A command wrapped in violence. The soldier, one of Selex Mordino's crew, sobs through shattered teeth. Blood pours from his mouth, dripping onto the plastic sheeting. Caius's men spread beneath the chair. Easy cleanup. They've done this before. I don't know, I swear. Caius grabs pliers from the table. The soldier's eyes go wide, animal terror flooding his face. He knows what's coming. Everyone knows what pliers mean in Caius Bellarosa's warehouse. Wrong answer. The first tooth comes out with a wet pop. The soldier's scream is inhuman, high-pitched, desperate, the sound of someone realizing death might be the mercy option. She's at the Corinthian Hotel. Blood sprays with every word. Penthouse level, room 47. Please, please. Caius drops the pliers. His phone is already out, already dialing the security team he stationed outside the hotel. 3 rings. 4. 5. No answer. Ice floods his veins, the kind of cold that comes before volcanic rage. He tries the backup team. Nothing. Vesper's phone. Straight to voicemail. His 50-year-old heart, scarred from decades of mafia wars, betrayals, losses, slams against his ribs like it's trying to escape his chest. Boss. One of his men steps forward, phone extended. You need to see this. The video loads slowly, too slowly. Caius wants to smash the phone, shoot everyone in the room, burn Chicago to the ground while waiting for the pixels to clear. Then he sees her. Vesper. His Vesper. Tied to a chair in a room full of smoke and flames. Her belly, round with their daughter, exposed and vulnerable. She's screaming his name. Her lips form the word Caius. The timestamp shows 10:32 remaining until structural collapse. 10 minutes. 10 minutes until the building implodes with his wife and unborn daughter inside. Caius's hand shakes. Not from fear. From rage so pure it transcends emotion and becomes physical force. How far is the Corinthian? 15 minutes, boss. Traffic's heavy. There's construction on. Caius shoots the messenger, not fatally, through the foot. The man crumples, howling. Now ask me again how long it takes. No one speaks. Caius turns to the soldier still bleeding in the chair. Who planned this? Isolde Vex. She gave Salix everything. Room number, security codes, Vesper schedule. She wanted money and he chokes on blood. She wanted you. Said Vesper stole you from her. The world tilts. Isolde. Vesper's best friend since childhood. The woman who helped plan their wedding, who cried happy tears when Vesper announced the pregnancy, who promised to be their daughter's godmother. Betrayal tastes like copper and ash. Where's Isolde now? The soldier's face goes gray. Salix killed her after she delivered Vesper. Said he doesn't pay traitors. Her body's in the alley behind. Caius doesn't wait for the location. He runs. His men follow, engines roaring to life, tires screaming against pavement. They find Isolde 3 blocks away. Throat slit ear to ear, blood pooled beneath her like a dark mirror. Her eyes stare at nothing. Empty. Dead. Justice delivered by the monster she made a deal with. Caius stares at the corpse. This woman, this traitor, almost cost him everything. His wife, his daughter. his entire reason for breathing. He leans over and vomits. Not from the gore, from the realization that Vesper trusted someone who wanted her dead, that their daughter might die because of jealousy disguised as friendship. "Boss, we need to move." 8 minutes left. Caius wipes his mouth and runs. His convoy tears through Chicago's streets, running red lights, sideswiping cars, leaving destruction in their wake. Police sirens wail behind them. He doesn't care. Let them come. Let the entire city try to stop him. Nothing matters except reaching her. His phone buzzes. Unknown number. He answers while his driver takes a corner at 70 miles per hour. "Mr. Bellarosa," Salix Mordino's voice drips with satisfaction. "Enjoying the show? I'm going to pull your spine out through your throat." Poetic. But you're too late. My men have the building surrounded. Snipers on every roof. Explosives in the foundation. You can't reach her. Even if you did, she's already dead. Smoke inhalation takes 4 minutes. She's been breathing fire for 6. Caius's vision goes red. She's pregnant. 7 months. Our daughter. I know. Salix laughs. That's the point. You killed my father. Now I kill your legacy. Fair trade. The line goes dead. 6 minutes remaining. They arrive at the Corinthian Hotel to a war zone. Mordino's soldiers surround the building. At least 40 men, heavily armed. Snipers visible on adjacent rooftops. This isn't just murder. It's a declaration of war. Caius doesn't hesitate. He steps from the car, gun already firing. His men follow, trained killers who've been with him for decades. They move like a unit, like one deadly organism. Bullets rip through flesh. Screams fill the night. Blood paints Chicago's sidewalks red under streetlights. Caius takes 3 shots, one through his left shoulder, one cracking a rib, one tearing through his thigh. He doesn't stop, doesn't slow. Adrenaline and desperation fuel him past human limits. He's 50 years old. He should be slower, weaker. But terror makes him superhuman. 4 minutes left. He reaches the hotel entrance. Bodies pile behind him. His men, Mordino's soldiers, innocent bystanders caught in the crossfire. Chicago PD arrives. They take one look at the carnage and retreat. This is mafia business, above their pay grade. 3 minutes. Caius crashes through the lobby. Flames already engulf the upper floors. Smoke pours down stairwells like toxic waterfalls. The elevator's dead, cut power to trap Vesper. He takes the stairs, 47 floors. His leg screams with every step, blood soaking his pants, but he climbs. Muscles burning, lungs choking on smoke. 2 minutes. Floor 40. His vision blurs. He's losing too much blood. His body's shutting down. Vesper. Her name becomes a prayer, a mantra, the only thing keeping his heart beating. 1 minute. Floor 47. The hallway's an inferno. He can't see, can't breathe. Heat blisters his exposed skin. Vesper. His voice cracks. Desperate. Raw. No response. Just fire roaring and building groaning. Room 47's door is steel, locked from outside. Caius empties his clip into the lock. It doesn't budge. 30 seconds. He rams his shoulder into the door. Once, twice. Bone cracks, but the door holds. 20 seconds. Vesper. "Baby, I'm here." Massive explosion rips through the building's east wing, exactly where he's standing. The floor beneath him disintegrates. Caius falls through flames and collapsing concrete, Vesper's name dying on his lips. Every exit is welded shut. Vesper discovers this through bleeding hands and shattered hope. She sawed through the ropes using broken glass, skin peeling away with each stroke, tendons visible beneath torn flesh. But freedom from restraints means nothing when the doors won't open. She throws her body against the main exit. Steel, bolted from outside, welded seams visible even through smoke. The windows are barred, thick iron rods across every pane, professionally installed. This wasn't last-minute planning. Someone prepared this room to be her coffin weeks ago. Isolde. planning, perfecting, smiling the whole time. Vesper's rage burns hotter than the flames climbing the walls. She tries the bathroom. Window welded. Door to the hallway welded. Even the ventilation grate, screwed shut with bolts she can't reach. They thought of everything. The fire grows. It devours the velvet curtains, the silk sheets. The expensive furniture Isolde insisted made the suite safe and comfortable. Smoke fills the room until Vesper can't see 3 feet ahead. She crawls on hands and knees, searching for any opening, any weakness in this carefully constructed death trap. Her baby hasn't kicked in 2 minutes. Terror claws through Vesper's chest. She presses both hands to her swollen belly, feeling for movement. Anything. Please, baby girl, anything. Nothing. No, 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 no. Her voice cracks. Baby, please, stay with me. She feels wetness between her legs. At first she thinks it's blood from her torn wrists dripping down. Then she realizes, warm fluid, too much of it, soaking her clothes. Her water broke. 7 months, too early. 2 months too early for her daughter to survive outside. The first contraction hits like a sledgehammer to her spine. Vesper screams, guttural, animal sound torn from her core. Pain radiates through her belly, her back, her entire body clenching around. The life inside trying desperately to escape the smoke and heat. She can't give birth here, not in this burning room. Not 2 months premature with no medical help. Her baby will die. Another contraction? Vesper collapses, cheek pressed against scorching floor. The carpet burns her skin. She smells herself cooking and wants to vomit, but there's nothing left inside her except fear and failing life. The ceiling cracks, massive fractures spreading like lightning across plaster. She watches chunks of burning debris fall in slow motion. Can't move. Can't dodge. Her body's locked in contraction, muscles refusing to respond. A beam crashes beside her head. Sparks shower across her face, singeing her hair. Another beam strikes her right shoulder, crushing weight that drives the air from her lungs. She tastes blood. Coughs. More blood. Her vision swims, blackness creeping in from the edges. The baby still isn't moving. Vesper forces herself to crawl. The beam on her shoulder shifts, grinding bone. She screams, but keeps moving. One hand forward. Drag. Other hand forward. Drag. Blood smears the floor beneath her, from her wrists, her knees, between her legs, where her body tries to expel their daughter into hell. She finds the service vent near the floor. Small, maybe 2 feet square. Screwed shut. She uses broken glass like a screwdriver. Hands too shredded to grip properly. Blood makes everything slippery. The screws won't turn. Another contraction. Worse than the last. Her body's trying to push. Instinct taking over logic. She bears down, screaming, feeling something shift inside. Too soon. Too early. Stop. Please. Stop. The contraction passes. She attacks the screws again. One loosens. Then another. Her daughter needs oxygen. Needs to get out of this smoke-filled womb into what? A burning building? A war zone outside? There's nowhere safe. Nowhere her baby survives. But staying here guarantees death. Vesper tears the vent cover free. The opening is barely wide enough for her swollen body. She doesn't care. She shoves her head through, shoulders scraping metal edges, and pulls herself into darkness. The vent is an oven. Metal sears her skin everywhere she touches. She can't see, can't breathe, can only crawl forward through choking black smoke. Behind her, the room explodes. Flames roar into the vent, chasing her like living creatures. Heat blisters her legs, her back, her exposed belly. She feels her skin bubble and pop. She crawls faster. Her baby still hasn't moved. Just terrible stillness inside her. Like her daughter already died and Vesper's body doesn't know it yet. Please, she whispers to the darkness. Please, baby girl, don't leave me. The vent turns. Vesper follows, blind and dying. Her hands touch something soft. Fabric? She pulls it close. Work uniform, abandoned by hotel staff during evacuation. Wait. Evacuation. That means people got out. That means there's an exit. Hope, fragile, desperate hope, flickers to life. She keeps crawling. The smoke thins slightly. She can almost breathe, almost see. Then she hears footsteps. Heavy boots on metal, coming toward her. Fast. Vesper freezes. Friend or enemy? Rescue or execution? The footsteps stop. She holds what little breath exists in her ruined lungs. Her baby, silent, maybe dead, offers no movement to give her away. A voice cuts through darkness. Male, rough. Vesper Bellarosa? She doesn't answer. Doesn't dare. Her name on a stranger's lips could mean salvation or death. Mrs. Bellarosa, your husband sent me. I'm Dante's man. I'm getting you out. Dante, Caius's second in command, his most trusted soldier. But Isolde was trusted too. Trust got Vesper tied to a chair in a burning room. How do I know? Her voice is ash and blood. Boss said, you have a birthmark, left hip, shaped like a crescent moon. He said you hate the smell of roses because they remind you of your mother's funeral. He said, the voice cracks. He said if you die tonight, he dies with you. Those were his exact words, ma'am. Now please, we have maybe 2 minutes before this whole vent system collapses. Vesper crawls toward the voice. She has no choice. Stay and die alone, or trust and maybe die with someone trying to help. A hand reaches through smoke, strong, calloused, real. She grabs it. The man pulls her forward out of the vent into a maintenance corridor. She blinks through tears and sees him, tall, scarred face, blood soaking his chest from a gunshot wound. You're hurt, she whispers. Doesn't matter. He lifts her, gentle despite his size. Getting you out. That's all that matters. He runs. The building groans around them, dying. Vesper feels blood pour from between her legs. Her contractions are constant now. No breaks, just endless crushing pressure. The baby, she gasps. I know. Hold on. The floor beneath them cracks. Splinters, then collapses completely. They fall through burning debris, through smoke and flame, into flooded basement. Water rushes up, black, chemical tasting, hot from fire above. The man, Dante's man, holds her above water until they surface. He's coughing blood. The gunshot wound in his chest is fatal. She can see it in his eyes. You're dying, she says. Yeah. He smiles, sad, accepting. But you're not. Boss is coming. He'll get you out. He presses something into her bloody hand. A radio. Channel 3. He's listening. Then his eyes go empty. His grip loosens. He sinks beneath black water and doesn't come up. Vesper floats alone in flooding basement, holding a dead man's radio, feeling her baby's terrible silence inside her. Above, the building screams its death. Water rises. Fire falls. She presses the radio button. Caius? Static. Then, Vesper. His voice breaks on her name. Baby, where are you? I don't know. Basement. Flooded. The baby. Caius, she's not moving. Our daughter's not moving. Silence. Not static. Just silence? The kind of silence that comes before someone's world ends. I'm coming, he finally says. Hold on. I'm coming. The radio dies. Battery or water damage? She doesn't know. Vesper floats in rising water, 7 months pregnant, bleeding, burning, alone. And her baby, their daughter, is silent as death inside her. The water tastes like death and chemicals. Vesper floats on her back, trying to keep her face above the rising flood. Her belly, massive, vulnerable, breaks the surface like an island. Her daughter's tomb, if she doesn't move. But she can't move. Every muscle screams. Her hands are shredded meat, barely functional. Her legs won't respond. Nerve damage from burns or shock, she doesn't know which. The baby still hasn't kicked. Vesper presses both palms to her belly, feeling for anything. A flutter, a shift, proof of life. Nothing. Grief tries to drown her faster than the water. Her 47-year-old body, the one that wasn't supposed to get pregnant, that doctors said was too old, too damaged, finally gave her a miracle. And now that miracle is dying inside her while she floats helpless in flooded hell. "I'm sorry," she whispers to her silent belly. "Baby girl, I'm so sorry." Above her, the building continues its death scream. Concrete cracks. Steel groans. Entire sections collapse, sending waves through the basement that push her toward the far wall. She hits concrete. Hard. Her shoulder takes the impact, already injured from the falling beam. Bone grinds against bone. She bites her tongue to keep from screaming, tasting blood. The water's rising faster. 3 feet deep now. 4. Her feet can't touch bottom anymore. She has to swim. Has to find an exit before the basement becomes her grave. But her body won't obey. Arms too weak. Legs unresponsive. She can only float and pray. Then she sees it, across the flooded basement, through smoke and steam. A door, metal, slightly open, light filtering through the crack. Exit. Vesper kicks. One leg responds, barely. She moves inches. Kicks again. The water fights her, thick with debris and chemicals. Every movement feels like dragging herself through concrete. Another contraction hits. Even here, even dying, her body tries to push their daughter out. She screams into the water, swallowing ash and chemicals. The pain is blinding. Worse than burns, worse than cuts, worse than anything. When it passes, she's lost ground. The current pushed her away from the door. She kicks harder, arms flailing, moving so slowly she might as well be still. A pipe bursts above her. Boiling water rains down, scalding her face, her chest, her belly. She dives under the surface to escape it, holds her breath in toxic water while her skin blisters. When she surfaces, gasping, she's closer to the door, 5 feet away. 4. Her hand touches metal. Hope explodes in her chest, desperate, painful hope. She pulls herself toward the opening. The door's heavier than it looks. She wedges her body in the gap and pushes. It moves. Inches, then stops. Something's blocking it from the other side. Vesper shoves harder. Her burned hands slip on wet metal. She screams, frustration and rage and terror, and throws her entire weight against the door. It gives, opens wider. She sees the obstacle, another body. Hotel worker, young woman, drowned or crushed. Dead eyes staring at nothing. Vesper pushes the corpse aside. Feels nothing. No guilt, no horror. Only survival instinct. She crawls through the door into a maintenance tunnel. The water here is only knee-deep. She can breathe. The air's still thick with smoke, but there's oxygen mixed in. She stands. Her legs almost buckle. Burns, cuts, exhaustion, her body's past its limit. But she forces herself forward. One step, another. Her baby needs a hospital, needs doctors who can save her, if she's even still alive to save. The tunnel slopes upward. Vesper climbs, hands against walls for support. Her skin sticks to concrete, burned flesh pulling away with each step. She doesn't stop. Can't stop. Behind her, massive explosion. The basement collapses entirely, water and fire mixing in apocalyptic steam. If she'd stayed 2 more minutes, she'd be dead. She keeps climbing. The tunnel ends at another door. This one's unlocked. She pushes through into what looks like underground parking. Cars everywhere, abandoned when people evacuated. Emergency lights flicker, casting everything in red. Vesper stumbles between vehicles, looking for keys, for anything she can drive out of here. Then she hears it. Footsteps, multiple people, running toward her. She hides behind a concrete pillar. Every instinct screams danger. Mordino's men could be searching for survivors to finish off. Trust nearly killed her once tonight. The footsteps stop. Voices, Male, speaking Italian. Boss said basement level. Find her. Dead or alive, we bring her back. Boss. Caius? Or Salix Mordino? What about the baby? If it's alive, we take it. If not, dark laughter. Boss doesn't pay for corpses. Mordino's men. Vesper's blood turns to ice. They're hunting her. Even here, even after everything, they won't stop until she's dead. She looks around desperately. The parking garage has one exit, blocked by the searching men. No other doors, no stairwells, just cars and concrete pillars. Another contraction. She bites her hand to muffle the scream. Blood fills her mouth. The pain is unbearable, her body trying to deliver a baby that might already be dead. The men are closer now, checking between cars. They'll find her in seconds. Vesper sees broken glass on the ground from a shattered car window. She picks up the largest shard. It cuts her palm. She doesn't care. If they're taking her, she's taking them with her. Footsteps behind her pillar. She holds her breath, grips the glass tight enough that blood runs down her wrist. A shadow falls across her. Tall, armed, Mordino's soldier rounds the pillar and sees her, pregnant, burned, bleeding, feral with desperation. He reaches for his gun. Vesper drives the glass into his throat. Fast. Hard. No hesitation. The shard sinks deep, severing his carotid. Blood sprays hot across her face. He gurgles, tries to scream. She twists the glass and his voice dies. He falls. She catches his gun before it hits the ground. The other men heard. They're running toward her. She sees their shadows moving between cars. Vesper raises the gun. Her hands shake, from burns, from shock, from everything. She's never shot anyone before, never killed. But she killed the first man, stabbed him without thinking. Survival changed her. The men emerge, 3 of them, weapons raised. She fires. The recoil slams her backward. She misses. They return fire. Bullets spark off concrete beside her head. She dives behind a car, gasping, her belly exposed, vulnerable. 1 bullet there, and her daughter dies instantly. She fires blind around the car, hears someone scream. Hit 1, 2 left. She's armed. 1 shouts, "Call for backup!" More footsteps. More men coming. Vesper can't fight an army, can't even stand without support. Her body's shutting down. Blood loss, smoke inhalation, premature labor destroying her from inside. She looks at the gun in her hand. 5 bullets left. Maybe 6. Not enough. The baby moves. Just once. Tiny flutter against her ribs, barely perceptible. But there, alive. Still alive. Still fighting. Vesper's grief transforms into rage. Pure, incandescent rage. These men want to kill her daughter, want to murder an innocent child before she takes her first breath. Not tonight. Not ever. She stands, walks out from behind the car, gun raised, facing 5 armed soldiers like she's invincible. "Come on, then," she screams. Her voice echoes through the parking garage, raw, savage, fearless. "You want my daughter? Come take her." The men hesitate. This burned, bleeding, pregnant woman shouldn't be standing, should be dead 10 times over, but she's there, weapon raised, eyes blazing with maternal fury. Then the far wall explodes. Concrete and steel erupt inward. A fire truck crashes through. Stolen, weaponized, driven by a man covered in blood and soot and absolute determination. Caius Bellarosa has arrived. Hit that subscribe button right now. Tell me this. Would you survive 1 night in this world, or would you run? Comment stay or escape. Caius sees her through smoke and chaos. His wife, standing in a war zone with a gun in her. Shredded hands, belly swollen with their daughter, covered in burns and blood and ash. She's the most beautiful thing he's ever seen. Vesper! Her head turns. Their eyes meet across the parking garage. For one suspended moment, the world stops. No gunfire. No flames. Just a husband and wife, who thought they'd never see each other again. Then bullets shatter the moment. Mordino's soldiers open fire on the fire truck. Caius floors the accelerator. The massive vehicle plows through cars like they're toys, metal screaming, glass exploding. He aims straight for the men shooting at his wife. 2 go down under the wheels, crushed instantly. The others scatter. Caius crashes the truck into a concrete pillar and kicks the door open. He's bleeding from at least 6 wounds: shoulder, ribs, thigh, arm, side, face. His 50-year-old body should be dead, but rage and love keep him moving. He has one goal: get to Vesper. Everything else is noise. A soldier emerges from behind a car. Caius shoots him in the face without breaking stride. Another from the right. Headshot. Clean. Efficient. 20 feet from Vespa. 15. More soldiers pour into the garage. Reinforcements. At least 12. All armed. All focused on killing the pregnant woman between the cars. Caius's men follow through the hole he created. His most loyal soldiers. They engage immediately. The parking garage becomes a killing floor. 10 feet. A soldier tackles Caius from the side. They hit the ground hard. Caius's wounded ribs crack completely. He tastes blood. The soldier raises a knife. Gunshot. The soldier's head explodes. Caius looks up. Vesper, gun smoking, eyes cold as death. She just saved his life. He stands, runs to her. 5 feet. 3. She collapses. He catches her before she hits concrete. Her body's limp, no strength left. Burns cover 70% of her exposed skin. Her hands are destroyed. Blood pours from between her legs. The baby, she gasps. Caius, she's not moving enough. Something's wrong. His heart stops. Their daughter. The reason he's alive. The future they built together. How long? I don't know. Minutes, hours. I can't feel her anymore. I can't. She sobs against his chest. I couldn't protect her. You did. He lifts her, gentle despite the chaos. You survived. You fought. You're both still alive. Bullets spark off concrete around them. His men return fire, creating a protective corridor. Caius runs, carrying his wife through hell. Behind them, massive explosion rips through the hotel's east wing, the side where Vesper's room was. The entire structure implodes, 47 floors collapsing like a house of cards. The shockwave slams through the parking garage, throwing men off their feet. Caius shields Vesper's body with his own. Debris rains down, concrete chunks, steel beams, glass shards. A piece of rebar impales his back, missing his spine by inches. He doesn't stop, doesn't slow, just keeps running. They reach his car, armored SUV, engine running, back door open. He places Vesper inside, with more tenderness than he's shown anything in 30 years of violence. Drive! He screams at his man. Hospital. Now. The SUV tears out of the garage. Behind them, the hotel completes its death, collapsing entirely into rubble and flame. Mordino's soldiers, still alive, scatter into Chicago's night. Caius presses his hands to Vesper's belly. Feeling for movement, for life. Nothing. No. His voice breaks. No, baby girl. Don't do this. Don't leave us. Vesper's eyes flutter closed. I'm sorry, she whispers. I trusted Isolde. This is my fault. No. He kisses her burned forehead. This is Mordino's fault, and he's going to pay. Is he dead? Not yet. Caius's eyes go cold, but he will be. I'm going to make it last days. The SUV runs every red light, siren wailing. Caius's phone rings. One of his men still at the hotel site. Boss, we got one alive. Salix Mordino. Found him trying to escape through the subway. Caius's blood turns to ice, then boils. Hold him. Don't kill him. I want him breathing when I arrive. Boss. Your wife. I know. He looks at Vesper, barely conscious, skin gray, breathing shallow. She comes first. Always. He ends the call, leans close to Vesper's ear. You hear that, love? We won. Mordino's mine. You're safe. Our daughter's safe. But even as he says it, he knows it might be a lie. Vesper's belly hasn't moved since he found her. The baby could be dead, suffocated by smoke, poisoned by chemicals, crushed by stress and premature labor. His daughter, his legacy, his reason for becoming something more than a monster, gone before he ever held her. The SUV screeches to a stop outside Chicago Memorial. Paramedics swarm. They know Caius, know his money, know to move fast. They pull Vesper from the car onto a gurney. Someone cuts her burned clothes away, exposing her swollen belly. A paramedic presses a fetal monitor to her skin. Silence. No heartbeat. The machine shows a flat line. No heartbeat. The paramedic shouts, "We need or now. Emergency C-section." They run, rolling Vesper through automatic doors into harsh fluorescent light. Caius follows, bleeding, limping, refusing to stop. A nurse blocks his path. "Sir, you can't." He pulls his gun, doesn't aim it at her, just holds it, makes his point clear. She steps aside. He follows the gurney into the OR. Doctors protest. He ignores them. Stands against the wall, gun still in hand, blood pooling at his feet. They cut Vesper open. Emergency C-section. Brutal. Fast. No time for careful incisions. Her blood spills across white sheets. The surgeon reaches inside, pulling, working, extracting. A baby emerges. Tiny, gray, silent, not breathing. Caius's world ends. The surgeon hands the infant to a specialist. They suction her mouth, her nose. No response. Chest compressions on a rib cage barely larger than Caius's palm. Nothing. Vesper's eyes open, barely conscious but aware enough to know. My baby? Caius can't speak, can't breathe, can only watch as they pump air into his daughter's tiny lungs. 30 seconds. A minute. 90 seconds. The heart monitor stays flat. His daughter is dead. Then, a spike. Weak. Barely there. But a spike. Another. The line jumps. A sound. Weak cry. Kitten small, but alive. The baby screams. Color floods her gray skin. Pink. Alive. Fighting. Caius collapses. Hits his knees. The gun clatters to sterile floor. Tears pour down his soot-covered face. This killer, this monster, breaking completely. She's alive, the doctor says. Weak, critical condition. But alive. Vesper sobs on the table, still open, still bleeding. Let me see her. Please. They bring the baby close, wrapped in blankets, oxygen mask on her tiny face. Vesper's ruined hands touch her daughter's cheek with impossible gentleness. Hi, baby girl, she whispers. We made it. We both made it. Caius stands, stumbles to the table, looks at his daughter. 2 months early, burned, traumatized, but breathing. What do we name her? Vesper asks. He touches one perfect tiny hand. Ember. We name her Ember. Born from fire, surviving impossible odds. His daughter opens her eyes, dark like his, and looks at him. Really looks like she knows him, knows he tore Chicago apart to reach her. I'll protect you, he whispers. Even if it costs my life. The machines around them beep steadily. Mother and daughter, both alive. Both fighting. But outside, through the OR window, Caius sees his men standing guard. The war isn't over. Mordino may be captured, but his organization still exists. Other enemies will come. This is just the beginning. 3 days pass in sterile white rooms and the smell of antiseptic that can't quite cover the scent of burned flesh. Vesper wakes slowly. The morphine drip keeps pain manageable, but her body screams beneath the drugs. Every breath hurts. Every movement tears healing skin. Her hands are wrapped in thick bandages. The doctors say she'll regain maybe 60% function. Maybe. The first thing she asks, Ember? Caius sits beside her bed. He hasn't left, hasn't slept. 3 days of standing guard while his wife and daughter fight to survive. She's alive. His voice is rough from disuse. NICU, critical but stable. I want to see her. You can't walk yet. Third-degree burns on your legs, broken ribs, internal damage from the premature labor. I don't care. Vesper tries to sit up. Pain explodes through her body. She gasps, tears streaming. I need to see my daughter. Caius doesn't argue. He calls the nurse, demands a wheelchair. They protest. She needs bed rest, needs to heal. He pulls out his checkbook, writes a number that ends the debate. They wheel Vesper to the NICU. She's not prepared for what she sees. Ember, her daughter, barely 4 pounds, covered in tubes and wires, burns on her tiny arms where flames touched her through Vesper's belly. Oxygen mask covering half her face, monitors beeping steadily, but the numbers mean nothing to Vesper. She looks so small, so fragile, like she might break if touched wrong. Can I hold her? The NICU nurse hesitates. She's very delicate. Any infection could... I don't care about infection. Vesper's voice cuts like glass. I carried her through hell. I burned alive protecting her. I will hold my daughter. They let her carefully transfer the tiny infant, tubes and all, into Vesper's bandaged arms. Ember weighs nothing, less than nothing, but she's warm, alive. Her little chest rises and falls against Vesper's. Hi, baby girl. Vesper's tears fall on her daughter's face. It's Mama. We made it. We both made it. Ember's eyes open, dark like Caius's, aware beyond what a 3-day-old should be. Like she remembers the fire, the smoke, the terror. I'm sorry, Vesper whispers. I'm so sorry you had to go through that. Caius stands beside them, this family built from violence and near death. His hand rests on Ember's head, so large against her tiny skull. She's strong, he says. Like her mother, will she be okay? Tell me the truth. His jaw tightens. The doctors don't know. Her lungs are damaged from smoke inhalation. Possible developmental delays from oxygen deprivation. Burns will scar. But she's alive. That's more than we had 3 days ago. Vesper holds her daughter tighter, careful of the tubes but unwilling to let go. This miracle baby. This life that shouldn't exist. What happened to Mordino? Caius's expression goes cold. He's alive. In my basement. Waiting. Waiting for what? For you to decide. He tried to kill you. Tried to kill Ember. Your decision how he dies. Vesper looks at her daughter. Burned, tiny, fighting for every breath. Rage and maternal fury flood her chest. I want him to suffer. He will... Caius kisses her forehead. I promise. They sit in silence. Mother, father, daughter, survivors of hell. But the peace doesn't last. Caius's phone rings. He answers, listens, his face darkening. What? Vesper asks. Mordino's men hit 3 of our safe houses tonight, killed 8 people. They're retaliating. But you have Salix. They don't care. His second-in-command took over. Marco Vex. Vesper's blood turns to ice. Vex? Like Isolde Vex? Her brother? Caius's voice is grim. He wants revenge for his sister. Doesn't care that she betrayed you. Doesn't care she got what she deserved. He blames us. So it's not over. No. He stands, checks his gun. It's not over. Where are you going? To end this. Marco Vex dies tonight. His entire crew dies tonight. I'm burning Mordino's organization to the ground. Caius, wait. No waiting. His eyes burn with controlled rage. They came for you once. They came for Ember. I won't give them a second chance. He leaves. The door closes with finality. Vesper holds her daughter in the quiet NICU, surrounded by beeping machines and other premature babies fighting to survive. Outside the window, she sees 3 black SUVs pull into the parking lot. Men in dark clothes emerge. Too many. Moving with purpose. Not Caius's men. The window explodes. Glass rains down across the NICU. Babies scream. Nurses dive for cover. Vesper curls around Ember, shielding her daughter's tiny body with her own burned, broken one. Gunfire. Screaming. Chaos. They found her. Somehow, despite the security, despite Caius's men guarding every entrance, they found her. A man in black tactical gear crashes through the door, raises his weapon, aims at Vesper. She can't run, can't fight, can only hold her daughter and wait for the bullet. The man's head explodes. Blood sprays across sterile white walls. Behind him stands someone Vesper recognizes, one of Caius's men, the young one, barely 20, who drove them to the hospital 3 days ago. Mrs. Bellarosa, we need to move. Now, more gunfire in the hallway. More screaming. I can't walk. I know. He lifts her, wheelchair and all. Ember still in her arms, tubes disconnecting, alarms blaring. He runs. Through the NICU, past dying nurses, over bodies of attackers and defenders. The hospital's a war zone. They reach the service elevator. Doors close, just as bullets spark off the metal. Going down. The young man's hands shake. They knew. Someone told them which room, which floor. Who? I don't know. But there's a spy in your husband's organization. Has to be. The elevator opens to the basement. More gunfire. The young man returns fire, one-handed, while carrying Vesper. They reach a service exit. He kicks it open. 3 more attackers waiting outside. The young man throws himself forward, shielding Vesper and Ember with his body. Bullets tear through him. Chest, neck, head. He falls. Dead before he hits ground. Vesper screams. Ember wails, tiny, desperate cry. The attackers advance. Weapons raised. Smiling. This is how it ends. In a hospital basement. Her daughter 3 days old. Then the attackers' heads snap back. Bullets from above. Sniper fire. They fall. Dead. Blood pooling beneath them. A figure drops from the roof. Lands in a crouch. Rises. Caius. Covered in blood that's not his own. Eyes burning with murder. You came back, Vesper whispers. Always. He lifts her and Ember both. I will always come back. But as he carries them to safety, Vesper sees something in his eyes. Fear. Her husband, this monster who's never afraid of anything, is terrified. Because he knows what she knows. Someone inside his organization is selling them out. And until they find the traitor, nowhere is safe. The safe house is a fortress buried in Chicago's industrial district. Steel doors, armed guards, surveillance everywhere. But Vesper doesn't feel safe. Not with a traitor somewhere in Caius's organization. Ember lies in a makeshift NICU. Medical equipment Caius bought for a fortune, installed in 12 hours. She's stable, but fragile. Still covered in tubes. Still fighting. Vesper sits beside her daughter's incubator, bandaged hands pressed against the glass. 3 days since the hospital attack. No sleep. No peace. Caius hasn't left their side except to interrogate prisoners. Anything? Vesper asks when he returns, blood on his knuckles. Nothing. Either they don't know who the spy is, or they're more afraid of Marco Vex than my pliers. So, we're trapped here. Temporarily. He sits beside her, exhaustion finally showing in his 50-year-old face. I have people tracking every member of my crew. Phone records, bank accounts, movements. We'll find the traitor, and then I kill them slowly. Vesper watches Ember sleep, tiny chest rising, falling. I never wanted this life for her. Growing up surrounded by violence. Always looking over her shoulder. I know. Caius's voice cracks. I'm sorry. Don't apologize. Just promise me. Promise when this is over, we leave. Get out of Chicago. Out of the Mafia. Give Ember a normal life. He's quiet. Too quiet. Caius, you don't just leave the Mafia, Vesper. You know that. I've made too many enemies. Done too many things. They'll hunt us forever. Then we hunt them first. Kill Marco Vex. Kill everyone loyal to Mordino. End this completely. and become exactly what I've spent 30 years being? A monster? If being a monster keeps our daughter safe, then yes. Her voice is steel. I will burn this entire city before I let them touch her again. Caius stares at his wife, this woman he fell in love with because she was different. Kind. Human. Now transformed by maternal fury into something as dangerous as him. You've changed, he says. Good. She meets his eyes. The woman who trusted Isolde is dead. The woman who believed in safety is dead. I'm what's left after burning alive. His phone rings. He checks it. His expression darkens. What? They found the traitor. He stands, checks his weapon. You need to see this. I'm not leaving Ember. Bring her. She needs to see what betrayal costs. He's serious. Vesper stares at him. She's 3 days old, and she's my daughter, my legacy. She learns now. Trust the wrong person, pay in blood. Vesper wants to argue, wants to protect Ember from this violence. But she's right. This is their world now. Better Ember learns early. She disconnects the monitors, carefully, remembering what the nurses showed her. Lifts her daughter, tubes and all. Ember doesn't wake, just breathes against Vesper's burned chest. They descend to the basement. Concrete walls, soundproof, bloodstains everywhere from previous interrogations. A man hangs from chains in the center, beaten, broken, but alive. Vesper recognizes him, Dante, Caius's second in command, his most trusted man for 15 years. No, she whispers. Yes. Caius's voice is dead. Dante sold us to Marco Vex, gave him the hospital location, timing of security shifts, everything. Dante lifts his head, one eye swollen shut, blood pouring from his mouth. Boss, please. Why? My daughter. Marco has my daughter. Said he'd kill her if I didn't cooperate. Silence. Heavy. Suffocating. You have a daughter, Caius says quietly. Maria, she's 8. Marco's men took her 3 weeks ago. I had no choice. Everyone has a choice. Caius raises his gun. You chose her over my family. I'm sorry. God, I'm sorry. Where's Maria now? Mordino Estate, north side, basement. She's alive. Marco promised if I helped kill Vesper and Ember, he'd let Maria go. Caius lowers the gun, looks at Vesper. You'll call. Vesper holds Ember, this tiny life that almost died because of Dante's betrayal. But she looks at the broken man hanging from chains and sees herself. Sees what she'd do if someone took Ember. Save his daughter first, she says. Then kill him. Dante sobs. Relief and horror mixing. Thank you. Thank you. I'm not doing it for you. Vesper's voice is ice. I'm doing it because Maria's innocent. But you die screaming. Caius nods. Calls his men. Full assault. Mordino Estate. We get the girl. Kill everyone else. 30 minutes later, they're moving. Convoy of armored vehicles tearing through Chicago's north side. Vesper insists on coming. Refuses to be left behind. Ember sleeps in her arms, oxygen tank attached, unaware her parents are going to war. The Mordino Estate is a mansion behind 12-foot walls. Guards everywhere. But Caius doesn't use stealth. He uses overwhelming violence. Explosives blow the front gate. His men pour through, 50 soldiers against Marco Vex's crew. Gunfire erupts. Bodies fall. Caius and Vesper go straight for the basement. He leads, weapon raised. She follows, carrying their daughter through hell for the second time in a week. They find Maria in a cage, 8 years old, terrified, crying. We're here to take you home, Vesper says gently. Your daddy sent us. The girl doesn't believe her. Why would she? These strangers covered in blood and weapons. Caius breaks the lock. Maria cowers. Then Ember makes a sound, tiny baby cry. Maria's fear melts into confusion. You brought a baby? My daughter. Vespa crouches, showing Ember. She's been through something scary too. Just like you. We're all survivors. Maria reaches out, gentle, careful, touches Ember's tiny hand. She's so small. She's strong. Vesper smiles through her scars. Like you. They lead Maria upstairs. The battle's over, bodies everywhere. Caius's men won. But Marco Vex escaped. He'll come back, Caius says. Let him. Vesper's eyes burn cold. We'll be ready. They return to the safe house. Dante's still hanging from chains, barely conscious. Maria sees him. Screams. Daddy. They let her down. She runs to him, sobbing. Daddy, I was so scared. I know, baby. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Caius gives them 10 minutes. Father and daughter. Last moments. Then he raises his gun. Wait. Vesper steps forward. Maria shouldn't see this. They take the girl to another room. Give her food, water, safety. One of Caius's men, one who lost his own daughter years ago, stays with her. Kind, gentle. Then Vesper returns to the basement. Dante knows what's coming. Make it quick, he begs. Please. For Maria, no. Vesper picks up the pliers. You made your choice. Now live with it. She works for an hour. Caius helps. By the end, Dante's screams have faded to wet gurgles. When he finally dies, Vesper feels nothing. No guilt. No horror. Just cold satisfaction. She returns upstairs, washes blood from her bandaged hands, and sits beside Ember's incubator. What did we just do? She whispers to Caius. What we had to. He wraps an arm around her. To keep her safe. Ember sleeps, innocent, unaware her parents just became monsters for her. Outside, Chicago burns. Marco Vex is still out there, still hunting. But Vespa doesn't care anymore. Let him come. She's already died once. Already burned alive. Already lost everything except her daughter and husband. There's nothing left to fear. And that makes her the most dangerous thing in Chicago. 2 weeks later, Vesper wakes to sunlight filtering through bulletproof glass. Her body still hurts, will always hurt. The burns left scars across 70% of her skin. Thick, twisted tissue that pulls when she moves. Her hands work at maybe 50% function. The doctors say she's lucky to be alive. She doesn't feel lucky. She feels transformed. The woman who walked into that hotel suite doesn't exist anymore. Burned away. What's left is harder, colder, forged in fire. Ember sleeps in the bassinet beside the bed, finally off oxygen, finally breathing on her own. 2 weeks old. Still tiny, still scarred, but alive. Fighting. Caius sits in the chair by the window, gun on his lap, watching the street below. He hasn't slept more than 3 hours at a time since the fire. Always guarding, always ready. Anything? Vesper asks. Quiet. Too quiet. Maybe Marco Vex gave up. Men like that don't give up. Caius turns to look at her. They wait. Plan. Strike when you least expect. Then we strike first. We don't know where he is. My people have been searching for 2 weeks. Nothing. He's gone underground. Vesper sits up, wincing as scars pull tight. She walks to Ember's bassinet, looks down at their daughter. So small. So innocent. Unaware of the violence surrounding her. I want to leave Chicago, Vesper says. Where would we go? Anywhere. Europe, South America, somewhere Marco Vex can't find us. He'll find us anywhere. You know that. Then we end him before we leave. Hunt him down, kill him, and everyone loyal to him. Caius stands, crosses to her, takes her scarred hands in his. You're talking about starting a war. We're already in a war. Have been since Isolde sold me to Mordino. I'm just saying we finish it. He studies her face. This woman he fell in love with because she was kind and soft. Now, harder than steel. Scarred inside and out. What happened to the woman who wanted to leave the mafia? She burned alive in that hotel. Vesper's eyes are cold. I'm what survived. Ember makes a sound. Tiny whimper. Vesper lifts her, careful of healing burns. Her daughter's dark eyes open, staring with that unsettling awareness. "Hi, baby girl," Vesper whispers. "Mama's here." Ember's tiny hand grabs Vesper's finger, holds tight. In that moment, Vesper feels it. The overwhelming love that makes monsters of ordinary people. The love that burned through smoke and fire. The love that tortured a traitor to death without hesitation. "I'll do anything to protect her," Vesper says. "Anything. You understand?" "Yes." Caius kisses her scarred forehead. "I understand completely." His phone buzzes. He checks it. His expression shifts. Surprise, then grim satisfaction. "What?" Marco Vex just surfaced. "Attacked one of my shipments on the south side. That's stupid. He has to know you'll respond. Unless it's a trap." Caius loads his weapon. "He wants me to come. Wants to finish this face-to-face. Then we both go, 'No. You stay with Ember.'" "Caius, please." His voice cracks. "I can't protect you both if you're in the crossfire. Stay here. Keep our daughter safe. Let me end this." Vesper wants to argue, wants to fight beside him, but Ember whimpers in her arms, fragile, dependent, needing her mother. "Come back to us," she whispers. "Always." He kisses her, kisses Ember's tiny forehead. "I love you both." More than anything, he leaves. The door locks behind him. Vesper hears the convoy pulling away, engines roaring into Chicago's afternoon. She's alone with Ember, just mother and daughter, survivors. Vesper sits in the chair by the window, Caius's chair, gun on her lap, watching the street. Hours pass. Ember sleeps, wakes, feeds, sleeps again. The routine of new motherhood against the backdrop of violence. The sun sets. No word from Caius. Vesper's phone rings. Unknown number. She answers, heart pounding. "Mrs. Bellarosa," Marco Vex's voice. Smooth, satisfied. "Enjoying your evening?" Her blood turns to ice. "Where's my husband?" Indisposed. "He fell for my trap beautifully. Now he's bleeding out in a warehouse while I take everything he loves." "If you hurt him, you'll what?" "You're a burned, scarred woman holding a premature baby. What exactly will you do?" Vesper looks at Ember sleeping in the bassinet, then at the gun in her lap. "I'll kill you," she says quietly, slowly. "The way I killed Dante." Silence. Then laughter. "You? You tortured someone?" "I did, for over an hour. Want to test if I'll do it again?" The laughter stops. "I'm coming for you, tonight. And when I'm done, your daughter will be just another orphan in Chicago." The line goes dead. Vesper doesn't panic, doesn't cry, doesn't feel anything except cold calculation. She checks the safe house weapons, finds everything Caius left. Guns, ammunition, explosives. Enough to fight a small war. She straps on body armor, modified to fit over her scarred torso. Loads weapons. Checks sightlines from every window. Then she takes Ember to the panic room. Reinforced steel, airtight, stocked with supplies. Kisses her daughter's forehead. "Mama will be right back," she whispers. "I promise." She closes the panic room door, seals it. Only she and Caius know the code. Then Vesper Ray Bellarosa, 47 years old, scarred from fire, 2 weeks postpartum, prepares to defend her home. She doesn't have to wait long. The power cuts. Backup generators kick in. Red emergency lights flood the safe house. They're here. Vesper takes position by the main entrance. Weapon raised. Breathing steady. No fear. Just focus. The door explodes inward. Smoke and debris. Men in tactical gear pour through. Vespa fires. Clean, precise. The way Caius taught her years ago. 3 men down before they realize she's shooting. More come. She retreats to the stairs, fires from elevation, takes out two more. They return fire. Bullets spark off walls, shatter windows. She feels one graze her shoulder, hot, sharp. Doesn't slow her. She throws a grenade. The explosion rocks the building. Screams. Smoke. When it clears, she's moved positions. Now behind them. She fires into their backs. No mercy. No hesitation. Just cold execution. 6 men dead. How many more? She hears footsteps above. They're on the second floor. Coming for the panic room. Vesper runs. Takes stairs 3 at a time. Her scarred body screams, but adrenaline overrides pain. She finds 3 men working on the panic room door. Trying to cut through, she shoots 2 in the head. The third turns, raises his weapon. Click. She's empty. He smiles, aims at her chest. Gunshot. His head explodes. Vesper spins. Caius stands at the top of the stairs, bleeding from a dozen wounds, barely standing but alive. "You came!" she gasps. "Always?" He collapses. She runs to him, checks his wounds, bad but survivable. "Where's Marco?" "Dead. I killed him before coming here." "Then it's over?" "No." He coughs blood. His men don't know yet. They're still coming. More footsteps. More men. The assault isn't finished. Vesper drags Caius to the panic room, opens it, pulls him inside with Ember, seals the door. Outside she hears them, searching, destroying, hunting. But inside, her family's safe. Scarred, bleeding, traumatized, but alive. Caius holds Ember with one hand, Vesper with the other. "Are we ever safe?" she whispers. "No." His voice is tired. "But we're alive. We're together." Ember sleeps between them, unaware, innocent, loved. Hours later, police arrive. Firefighters. Caius's remaining men. They secure the building, clear the bodies. Marco Vex is dead. His organization shattered. The war's over. For now, Vesper stands in the ruins of their safe house, blood on the walls, bodies everywhere, her daughter sleeping peacefully in her arms. She's not the woman who trusted Isolde. She's not the woman who believed in safety. She's something new, something forged in fire, something that will burn the world to protect her child. Across the street, hidden in shadows, someone watches through binoculars, takes a photo, sends it encrypted. Message received miles away. New number. New threat. They survived. Belarusa family still intact. What now? Response comes instantly. We wait. Let them think it's over. Then we take everything. The war isn't finished. It's only beginning. But Vesper Ray Belarusa, survivor, mother, monster, is ready. Let them come. She'll be waiting. Thank you so much for sticking around and showing me so much love and support. You have no idea how much it means to me. If this story resonated with you, then hit that subscribe and like button right now.